Hi, Will Patterson, Louisville, Kentucky living. Today we're coming to you from Mount Washington, and we're with Sean Dahl and Jordan. What's your last name, Jordan? Jennings. We're looking at a new construction home that's brought to you by Fischer Homes. So I'm going to let them talk a few minutes about it, and then we'll get a little bit more introduction on the house.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you, Will. So we are here in our Bluegrass Meadows community, located here in Mount Washington, and we are here at our home site 99. Each of our homes, we have a dedicated home site for them that our construction team knows them as. So here we are with Jordan Jennings, our field manager in charge of the community, here to talk a little bit about this particular home under construction.
Yeah, so obviously Jordan Jennings here. I'm the field manager for the Bluegrass Meadows community here for Fischer Homes. So I kind of oversee and manage all the construction aspects of everything that goes on in this neighborhood when it comes to the actual building of the houses. So once Sean here sells them, it kind of gets passed along to me. And then I kind of oversee and manage that whole construction process to the final walkthrough and sign off with the homeowner once they close on the house. So here we are, as Sean mentioned, at one of our lots, Bluegrass Meadows lot 99. So this lot actually is our beacon floor plan. It's part of our Maple Street home site collection. So actually Sean mentioned here in Bluegrass Meadows we offer 3 different home site selections. So this is our Maple Street side. We have a designer side and then a paired patio side where you can kind of take a look at all 3 of them when you get to this neighborhood, but this site specific is our Maple Street side. This is a ranch style floor plan, a walkout basement. We're going a little bit down a hill here, so we have a little bit of a cross grade. On our front here, we have a full front porch. We'll have some nice columns once that's kind of all finished off here. So yeah, you can kind of see our front 2-car garage. And like I said, we have a walkout basement as we go to the back side of the house. So.
And what stage of construction is this particular home in?
Yeah, so where we're currently at right now, we call this our installation and inspection phase. So we've pretty much finished up the framing process, have all of our rough mechanicals in with electrical, HVAC, and plumbing. We passed all those rough inspections, and then we go in and we do what we call our fire stopping and insulation. So we come in and we kind of fire foam and seal all of our penetrations to the outside or anything vertical going through the roof. And then we will come in and put all of our wall bat insulation inside all of our walls. And then from there, we'll go into what we call our inspection phases, where we come in and make sure everything is ready to go for our city framing inspection and move into drywall.
All right, sounds great. And then about what size of lot is this on?
Great question, Will. We have home sites that range all the way from under a 1/4 acre to right above 0.3 of an acre or so. What you'll see here is right under a 1/4 of an acre, which, like I said, is about the average. In addition, this particular home site backs up to a beautiful wooded tree line, so positioned right down the street from our upcoming amenities, which is another unique factor about Bluegrass Meadows. We have a pool, cabana, fishing pond, and playground all coming in the summer of 25.
Excellent. Well, let's go ahead and move inside here, and we can take a little bit more look at the rough-in construction of this particular home.
Perfect.
All right, so we're in the front porch now, and we're going to discuss a little bit about the exterior and the flashing and stuff that's here. So go ahead and take it there, Jordan.
Yeah, so here we are sitting on our full front porch here for, like I said, this lot. This lot specifically just chose to have our hardy siding fully wrapped around on this home. So it'll be hardy siding here on our front, down the sides, and then obviously on the back side of the house as well. But here with Fischer, we offer all different elevations you can choose for these homes. So the structural options will kind of stay the same, but the outsides can be different. So here in our Maple Streets, we can do kind of a brick front here, and then like I said, hardy siding will be down the sides and back. But even on our designer homes, we can do stone fronts. We can do board and batten going up the fronts as well. So that's one cool thing about Fischer is you can have all different designs, kind of different color schemes all throughout the neighborhood, and kind of gives it a different feel and different vibe as you go down the street. So.
Okay, great.
In addition, kind of touching on that as well, for those of y'all that don't know, hardy siding is a superior material. It's made out of cement, or concrete. It's imprinted like wood. So when you're comparing that to vinyl siding, it's definitely the superior material. Very similar in structural strength to brick, and kind of what Jordan said as well, having the variation of different what we call elevations, like the front look of the home. You have a lot of different material options. Really cool part about us is we have what's called a monotony code, to where when you build your home here, you have homes next to your home and across from your home. Those homes can't have the same front elevation, same floor plan, colors, even down to the types of brick or stone. And we really want to make sure your dream home looks like your dream home.
And we don't have that cookie cutter effect.
Correct. It's basically the opposite of cookie cutter. We want to make sure that all of our homes are really the new home solution, especially compared to anything pre-existing as well.
Okay, great. So let's go ahead and move inside, and we'll get some more information from that perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're inside. We're in the kitchen combination living room den area. I'm going to let them take it over and explain more what we're doing and where we're at right now in the construction phase.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, we're actually standing right what would be our morning room, we call it, or kind of where you put your your kitchen table, where you would kind of sit around and have your meals and dinner and stuff. You can see behind us here is in this kind of corner, it will be our kitchen area. So I think one thing at Fischer we always try to kind of keep in mind is having that open concept floor plan. So almost all of our floor plans you can kind of see all have kind of a one big kind of open area. As mentioned, this is our beacon floor plan, so it is a ranch style. So like I said, we got the kitchen, morning room, and then behind us is our living room. Some of the other cool features about this floor plan too, and some of the other floor plans we offer at Fischer, is you can add a little additional details to your home. So as this homeowner here selected to have a tray ceiling in their living room here, just to kind of give it a little bit of a depth effect. And like I said, you can add a kind of additional lights. We have LEDs, we have fans, lights on the fans. You can do rough fins. You can add additional outlets where you want. So this homeowner selected to have an outlet. Kind of thinking ahead here, selected to have an outlet on a wall here, potentially where she's probably going to hang a TV. So just different factors that you can kind of choose here with Fischer. Obviously we have a standard layout, but there's definitely things you can go to when you go to the design center to add that kind of special touch and effect to you personally when we get to the moving in. So
that kind of goes back to what Sean and I were talking about on a previous video, where whenever you start and you're looking at building a house, you can start with the design team and do those little type of things, or like the tray ceiling and stuff of that nature. Isn't that correct?
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so at the design center, that's where you're able to really solidify all the selections, even structural, so that from the design center, then it's a warm transfer to Jordan and the construction team as they kind of make that dream come to life.
And then in regards to the construction phase that we're currently in, can you kind of give everybody, because not everybody's a home builder, just kind of give them some insights on like some of the construction aspects that are going on in here, so that they can understand, like, this is our 2x4 walls, our windows, you know, can these be upgraded, or are these standard? Some of the aspects and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So as you can see, kind of working from the basement up. All of our basement walls here are going to be a 2x6 wall, so we frame those up obviously on our basement. From there we will have I-joists, and then we have a tongue and groove subfloor system that we put in with those I-joists. This is what we're standing on at the current moment. Then all of our exterior walls here on our first floor, and then if you were to go up to the second floor, is going to be all our 2x4 walls. This is actually a great wall to look here behind us. Kind of come to where we want to make sure the home is kind of sealed shut. Little things like we do here is just foaming inside of our 2x4s, foaming all of our windows, even the floor plates here to our subfloor, we foam those. These are just little details that we want to make sure that we do and catch. As I mentioned, we want to make sure the house is pretty much sealed shut. We do what we call an energy test, so we do 4 different energy tests at the end of the build to make sure your home is practically not leaking any air, any heat, any AC or air conditioning in the summer months. All that's staying inside your home where it needs to be, rather than leaking out of the house somewhere where it shouldn't be. So,
and then I noticed we have a lot of the insulation on the sidewalls. What about in the attic?
Yeah, so all of our insulation in the attics is a blown-in seal insulation. So once we get obviously the drywall up, We'll usually a couple days into the drywall, we'll have our insulators come, blow seal insulation all over the place, all in the attic. And then, like I said, we insulate any of our common walls that are going to be touching interior walls. So kind of in the garage area we looked at, we kind of insulate any wall that's touching an interior wall there. We'll make sure that has insulation, so like I said, everything that where someone would be living or be in a space of that sorts will have some sort of insulation around them. So.
And then I touched a few minutes ago on the windows and stuff. So this is a standard window?
They are. So all of our windows are just the standard. They all come from the Simonton manufacturer, installed by Benchmark company, which is our window installers. But with the windows too, this is actually one of our window walls. So that's actually one of the features with Fischer too, is you can actually have different sets of windows. So we have these standard size windows here. You can actually do the slider doors. Some of our morning rooms here actually have the opportunity to do transom windows to add some natural light coming in from that standpoint. So window size and what they are is the standard ones. You can't upgrade those, unfortunately, but there is the additional to add different windows and add bigger size windows on some of our designer homes as well.
Yeah, we've seen some of those in some of the previous homes that we've toured. So now we're in the roughed-in basement. So you got nice solid concrete floors. Our walls are insulated down here. It's kind of hard to see since we don't have electricity, but we'll do our best. We also have a nice steel beam going across there. So I'll let you take it over and just kind of, elaborate on this part as well as the outside here.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is our basement on the Beacon floor plan. So as I mentioned, this is a walkout ranch-style home. So we kind of have. The Beacon really offers a kind of almost a flip-flop of the first floor all the way down to the basement, so almost the same exact size in our basement here. Down here, like I said, we have a couple things. We really put a lot of our rough mechanical items down here, so your furnace, your water heater, most of the times your electrical panel will be located in all of our basements. That way we can kind of keep them away from your livable space, obviously up and not take up closets or anything inside the home. Down here too in our basements, we do offer the potential to do rough-in bathrooms. So we kind of go ahead and run all the pipes and kind of get everything set up. So when you do move in, we kind of practically have everything ready to go for you to finish the basement off and actually finish a bathroom off down here as well. So that's one of those little upgrades you can add at the design center or with Sean when you're kind of designing and building out your home here. These are just little details that can be brought up to save you a lot of time and energy, later on down when you move in. So, as well, you can see we do go ahead and insulate all of our walls here. So, behind us, we call this FSK paper. But this is actually where our framed up walls are. So, a lot of our basements, we go ahead and step down our basement walls to a walkout portion, which is what is behind us here. So behind us, obviously, is the big walkout. We'll have a big, nice slider door going right here, and this will be going out into what is your backyard here. So coming out here, most of the time we have concrete patios. So we want to be able to have a space for homeowners to be able to have some patio furniture out there, table, grill, be able to enjoy the space out here. And then coming off our first floor, we'll be able to build decks coming off. So we have a couple deck sizes, whether you just want a code deck, which is just a 3x6 deck, coming off and then walking right down to your grade, or we can go ahead and do a full-size deck for you all the way up to 12x14 or even a 14x14 deck. So that's just one of those things we kind of offer. Is there's a limited option for you. It's really just whatever fits best for you and at the time. So
that deck have the ability to have an optional roof over the top of it?
There is. So we do have a couple options. It depends on obviously the floor plan and what kind of design of the home it is, but we do have the option to have a covered patio coming off either your basement here or even on our deck. Sometimes we do have covered decks. With those two, we can add fans, lights on your covered patio there. Really kind of gives it that kind of enclosed feel. Kind of a covered space for it. So, yep.
And then the tree lawn there, is that the end of the lot area, or does it go further back? Or
yeah, so with this specific lot, the property lines actually run inside of our wooded areas. But one thing we kind of take into consideration here was obviously, Sean mentioned, most of our lots can be wooded. And most homeowners actually will choose to have wooded lots for a reason of privacy, or they like to have a tree line behind them or whatnot. So we kind of take that into consideration, and what we do is once we get the house framed up, we technically remove any trees or brush within 20 feet of the building pad. So all these trees behind us here are outside that 20 feet, so that's something that we will leave. Obviously, this homeowner wanted these tree lines for a reason, so we want to make sure we keep those for them. But we also want to take into consideration that we don't want any trees potentially falling on a house or anything like that. So that's why we kind of take that 20 feet into consideration, and then anything that may be outside that 20 feet we'll keep for the homeowner. So.
Okay, sounds great. You have anything to add there?
Yeah, and I was going to say, so just kind of segueing from what we talked about yesterday at our Blair model home. So I know with the process of working with us at Fischer Homes, kind of starting in the model home, really matchmaking on exactly what you were looking for as a home buyer with our real estate agent partner, segueing that into the design center and talking a little bit about the design we did yesterday. In addition, kind of from the design center, we can talk a little bit about what that looks like with the start of the construction process and that warm handoff from the design, the professional designer to Jordan on the construction end, and kind of the meetings that go along with that, to where you feel really involved in the building process. So if you want to touch on a couple of those meetings and a little bit about the process.
Yeah, absolutely. So as Sean mentioned, kind of once the home is signed, contracts kind of written, lot sites picked out, there's obviously steps where you'll go to our design center and obviously select those certain items you want inside your home. And then once kind of all that is selected, it kind of gets sent over to a bunch of little teams at our corporate office. You kind of put all those signings and things you selected into documents. And then from there, practically all those documents kind of get sent to me in a folder. And that's kind of where I come in to play. And kind of what we do is we kind of call it a 4-step meeting process throughout the entire build. So we call our first meeting our pre-construction meeting. So that's when we'll actually meet with you once we have a solid start date and when we'll pretty much be digging on your home. And what we'll do there is we'll actually meet at our model home. We'll go and review all your blueprints, all your start pack, everything you selected for the home. Kind of review the overall schedule of the house. Kind of give you the right expectations of what we can expect, maybe even potential construction delays we may expect. Obviously, can't really construction is such an unpredictable place to be in. So, like today, the weather, the rain, we get into winter months, things like that can play a factor in the building of a house. So, we kind of want to make sure everybody's on the same page, just to make sure those things could happen. But we do our best to obviously combat those and keep the house moving. And that's one of the big things we kind of pride ourselves on, is just making sure the home is continually being worked on and not sitting there for no one's being here. So that's a pre-construction meeting. And then actually where we're at kind of in this home right now, we do what we call our second meeting, which is a pre-drywall meeting. So once we really get the insulation in, we actually meet the homeowner here as well. And we do what we call a pre-drywall. So we kind of walk the homeowner through the whole house before we even hang drywall up. So they can actually see really what is behind their walls, where wires are running, where water lines are running, pretty much kind of see the important pipes and just see and make sure that we're not missing or have something placed in the wrong area or something doesn't work for them. We also tell homeowners that's a great time for them to take pictures, just so if they ever want to move in and hang anything, hang a TV, hang extra cabinets, shelving, anything like that, they know what they're exactly drilling into behind their wall.
Keep them involved with the whole process.
Absolutely, yeah, we keep them involved the whole process. And on top of that as well, we actually send weekly updates to our homeowners. So every Friday, we have anybody that's under construction with us in this neighborhood, I send them a weekly update of exactly what we got completed that week, so they know exactly what's going on with the home, and they're always in the loop. That's one thing we want to make sure everyone's in the loop. This is a really big purchase for homeowners, so we kind of want to take the stress away from them. We'll handle that part of the build, but we want to make sure that they understand that we have everything under control. And really, when we get to big major milestones as well, we'll send them pictures. Say, hey, look, your house is framed up, it's looking amazing, and that way they can actually visualize and see it with themselves as well. So, and then, once we get into drywall, we do what is our third meeting, which is what Sean mentioned earlier here, is when the house will be 100% complete. We meet them here for what is our home orientation. So that's actually when we'll walk the house with them as a whole and practically open up all the doors, open up all the cabinets, make sure everything's working with them, really just show them how to run and maintain their house once they move in. And then usually 5 days later after our home walk, we do our fourth and final meeting, which is a final walkthrough. So any last minute touch-ups, anything we need to touch up with paint, drywall, maybe waiting on a cabinet door or something that's on order. Like I said, we want to make sure the house is fully 100% complete for them on that final walkthrough. And then from there they go to closing. So like I said, it's something they're always involved in. They'll be working with myself And like I said, sometimes we have a team of field managers, but most of the time you'll be working one-on-one with just one field manager. So.
And kind of encompassing everything that Jordan said as far as the time frame, what that looks like from the start of construction to completion of the home is around 4 to 6 months. So with how we've been doing this and helping families for over 40 years, we've really locked in the schedules, and with our subcontractor partners made this process as easy and streamlined as possible to where we can offer, again, that 4 to 6 month time frame.
Yep.
And then can you elaborate a little bit more on this style of house, how many square feet we have, what the price range on this particular house runs, and that kind of thing?
Yeah. So again, this is our Beacon floor plan. This is in our Maple Street collection. And when we say collection, we differentiate our homes between different collections because we offer price ranges from 250s all the way to 700s. So basically on a simpler scale, the higher the price point, the more personalization and vice versa. So with this being our Maple Street collection, this is going to be a lot of first-time home buyers typically will choose our Maple Street collection, or families or individuals that just want to grow the size of their home and in addition have that personalized experience. This particular floor plan is 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it's about 1,400 square feet. So it's one of our smaller ranch size floor plans. Like Jordan mentioned earlier, this basement actually mirrors the first floor. So essentially, if you were to finish this basement, this home would be about 3,200 square feet. So really a great opportunity to be able to grow your home and a great investment as well. In addition, this particular floor plan, like Jordan mentioned earlier, you can do a bathroom rough in the basement. You could also do, what you'll see there is a egress window, which again allows you to be able to finish the basement and have a bedroom there for resale value as well. So this particular home, I believe it's priced out right about $360 or so, the way that it's built out with the additional investments. And the beauty of what we have to offer is, as we are so personalizable, I always say the base price is the base price, and then you as the home buyer get to choose exactly where you want that final purchase price to be. So you have so much room to play when it comes to those additional investments. And we on our side, before we even narrow down a floor plan, we always ensure that you have some room to be able to play with those additional investments and really truly have fun at the design center as well.
Sounds great. So I hope you liked this video on the construction phase of the Fischer Homes. This is Will Patterson, Sean,
Jordan.
We look forward to seeing you in future videos with Louisville, Kentucky Living, and thank you for taking a look at this video.